What makes a Sufi practice truly Islamic? Imam al-Ghazali believed it wasn't emotion or rituals alone. It was something much deeper. He identified 5 essential principles that keep spirituality firmly rooted in the Qur'an and Sunnah. Let's discover what they are.
What are the core principles of the Orthodox Sufism? Yeah, these are the objectives of the goals of a Sufi, and every goal is noble. Yeah, every goal is good. Yeah? So their intention, their objective is good. So core principles of his Orthodox Sufism. He taught that the ultimate purpose of human life is to know God and love God. Yeah, what is Tawheed? Imam Ibn al-Jawzi, the prominent student of Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah. Yeah, Imam Ibn al-Jawzi, he wrote the book Zad al-Ma'ad, and Madarij al-Salikin. So Imam Ibn al-Qayyim, he defined Tawheed in 2 words. Ghayatul hubbi ma'a ghayatil zulli. Ghayatul hubbi means extreme reverence and love, and Ghayatul zulli means extreme humbleness towards God. So that is the Tawheed in 2 words, according to the student of Imam Ibn Taymiyyah. So here, Imam Ghazali says that what is the ultimate purpose, of human life? It is to know and love God, and that this can only be achieved when the soul is purified. So if your inner state, it is not good, it is corrupted, then you cannot achieve this goal. So God's love only enter in your heart if the heart is, is safe, is intact. Got it? So we need to purify our heart, from moral and spiritual impurities, diseases. So this takabbur, this arrogance, this is a disease. This is riya, this is also a disease. Yeah. So this greed and hypocrisy, this is also disease. So we need to remove them, eliminate them from the heart. Then God's love and God's ma'rifah, it descends in your heart. So purification, it is required here to achieving that high goal. Second thing is sincere intention. Ikhlas, Ikhlas. There must be Ikhlas. Every action must be solely for the sake of Allah, not for riya or not for any other purpose. The worldly, popularity or the name and fame. The third thing is following the Sunnah. See, he quoted the hadith: "Hold fast to my Sunnah." Ensuring that spiritual practices align with the Prophet's example. Yeah. So hadith, alaykum bi sunnati. Yeah, hold fast. Tamassak. What is tamassuk? Tamassuk means when you hold something tightly. Got it? So he said, following Sunnah, that is our prime, condition and principle here. And the next point is balance of fear and hope. Balance of fear and hope. So believer must not rely solely on their deeds, but hope for Allah's mercy. So we cannot say that I perform Hajj, I perform, jihad and this, and I perform fasting, So I should be entitled to Jannah. No, just fear Allah. Just hope that Allah, with His mercy and with His fadl, He will make you enter Jannah. So also the fearing His punishment to stay humble. So there should be a balance. So I think this is hadith. Al-imanu bain al-khawfi wal-raja. Yeah, the faith, the true faith, it lies between the hope and fear. Yeah, this is hadith. So we should not be so much, terrified, so much, petrified of Allah's punishment, so that we just, do all the things, all the obligations from the because we are fearing His atonement, His, tournament. Yeah, no, this is not good approach. Similarly, if you are just hoping, you are thinking that Allah will forgive me. Whatever I do here, whatever the sin I commit here, Allah will forgive me. So this is also not a good approach. So this is not the true faith. So Iman always lies between fear and hope. This is very important. Yeah. Remember Rabi'a Adawiyya and Hassan Basri. Hassan Basri said his focus was on the fear of Allah as a motive. And the Rabi'a Adawiyya, her motive was, the love of God, mean hope. Yeah. But the balance is that we should remain in between the fear and hope. And the last point of last principle of his Orthodox Sufism was the persistent Dhikr, remembrance. The constant remembrance of Allah is the vital to keep the heart alive. So according to him, Dhikr, according to Sufiya, it is the main thing. It is a rukn kind of thing. Without Dhikr, the allopathic medicines, they are the tools, they are the main thing. The doctors, they do treatment with them. So here in spirituality, the Dhikr is the thing that they use as a medicine to cure a spiritually ill person. Okay, how Imam Ghazali integrated the Sufism, with the mainstream Islam. Yeah. So that was considered his greatest achievement, that to prove that Sufism is fully compatible with Sharia. In his masterpiece, he has a book, Ihya Ulumuddin, significant book, and he established that external versus internal. Yeah, see, so he said that Sharia Now see how you can integrate Sufism with the Sharia. Yeah, see, he said there is something external and there is something internal. So Sharia means fiqh, Islamic law. This is jaiz, this is not jaiz, this is halal, this is not halal. Got it? All these things regarding ibadat, regarding transactions, regarding the politics, morals, everything. So they are external actions done by the body. Sharia, this governs the external actions of the body, while Sufism governs the internal state, the heart of the body, the soul, heart and soul. So Sufism, Tasawwuf, its concern is with heart and its diseases, while Sharia, its concern is how to perform this and how to perform that. It is external, exterior. So Sharia provides us with exterior, and Tasawwuf provides us with the interior, how to beautify your soul, how to beautify your heart. So that is their domains. So clearly Imam Ghazali, he defined that these are the domains. And then, so there is no distinguish between body and soul. Is there any distinguish? No. So the both form one person. So if the body is healthy and the ruh and heart is healthy, then the person, that individual holding these two, he is considered the healthy and balanced, right? So same way, we cannot ignore any aspect. We cannot ignore our heart, as we cannot ignore our body, how it should be, performing the rituals. And the second thing, rejection of innovation. Yeah, so here Imam al-Ghazali, he rejected the innovatory things. He strictly rejected any Sufi practices that contradict Islamic law. So Sharia is the foundation here.
Okay.
Yeah.
These 5 principles reveal that true spirituality begins with the heart, but never departs from the Qur'an and Sunnah. Subscribe to Scholarly